It is Wednesday afternoon baseball. We are here with you. So excited. The Mets are going for a 3-game sweep of the Miami Marlins. We're going to go over the lineups, break everything down for you, and be along with you the whole game, play-by-play, fan reaction in real time. Hi, everybody. My name is Craig. Welcome to MetropoliFins. We are YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. So excited to be with you here today. So we've got the breakdown of the game, and like I said, I'm excited to be with you. We're going to show you everything that you need to know about the starting lineups. So we're going to run through that here really quick, and what we'll do is we'll make this nice and big on the screen so you can follow along. Appreciate each and every one of you as you come on in the room. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, especially if you're watching on replay. That way you'll be notified the next time that we go. So I'm just going to quickly run through the Marlins batting order. It's going to be Edwards, Stowers, Bride, Mervis, Myers, Conine, Fortes, Pauly, Sonoja, and then Max Meyer is going to be pitching for your New York Mets today. Tyler McGill is pitching. Mets will be taking the field first, and you've got this batting order of Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo, Marte, Vientos, Beatty, Taylor, Sanger. All right, so that is the breakdown of everything. So I'm so excited to have you guys here. We're going to be following along. Game is set to start in about 5 minutes. So we're just going to rock and roll. We'll share with you everything that you need to know so you can be caught up with the game all the way through. We've got all sorts of things ready to go. We'll have Bradley Pig will be out. Maybe we'll get to see Edwin Diaz play trumpets today. We got the rock solid relief performance, so we've got everything. And so I'm, like I said, just super excited to have you here. Pete Alonso is absolutely on fire to start the season. His batting average is like 333 is Pete Alonso's batting average to start the season. Juan Soto's batting average is up over 300 as well. So the Mets have back-to-back 300 hitters. Francisco Lindor's batting average keeps creeping up, 243. Nimmo seems to be having better at-bats, hitting 214. We've got Starling Marte. He's also hitting 286 on the season. Then we got the bottom half of this lineup that we need to see get going. We got Vientos and Beatty, who are both equally hitting 125. We've got a nice friendly debate going on here as to whether or not, Beatty and Vientos are struggling equally. Of course, a lot of Mets fans are done with Beatty. I am not so much done with Beatty yet. I understand the frustrations that Mets fans have, and it would make a lot more sense if everybody was batting 300 and it was just Brett Beatty who was struggling. I still think that there is a flaw in this lineup construction. I want Beatty and Acuna hitting in the 9-hole with protection of Lindor afterwards. I just think all these guys need to have better hitters behind them that are still kind of breaking in. So in this particular lineup, I know there's all sorts of matchups and other reasons, but I'd prefer to have Vientos hitting ahead of Marte after Nimmo, and then I'd prefer to have Beatty hitting after Sanger and right before Lindor. However, I'm not in charge of making lineups, so I don't get to say anything regarding that. I just get to express my opinions. So I'm excited to be here with you guys today. The game is not yet started, so we're just kind of waiting. They said it's sunny but cold in New York today. The Mets are going for the 3-game sweep. Also, their 7th win in a row. That's what the Mets are going for. We can give you a little breakdown of everything going on. I think I've got a few extra windows open, so I'm going to just make sure everything extra is closed on here that I don't actually need open. So try to make sure we have a nice. So I had to sign up for the free trial for FanDuel Sports in order to get the actual game today. Yesterday they let me watch it. I don't know why, but today not so much. the Marlins get to head home after this, I'm sure they will be very happy to head back to their warmer climate. So we are just waiting for first pitch to go, so you're not missing any of the action yet. We're going to go, just to give you a little breakdown here. We'll just show you guys the standings right now in case you are interested in that. Of course, it matters very little now, but it might matter more. Of course, every game, every win makes a difference. The Mets actually just took over first place in the National League East yesterday, believe it or not. So let's show you what that actually looks like. So you can see that in real time. All right, so you can see now your New York Mets are 8-3, half game up on the Philadelphia Phillies. Of course, they're tied in the loss column. The Braves came back to beat the Phillies yesterday. So I guess that game is kind of win-win. Either the Braves lose or the Phillies were to lose and the Mets jump them. Mets are, of course, 8-2 in their last 10 games. And just doing really well. 6-game winning streak. Is that the longest in the majors right now? It might be. It is. It is the current longest win streak in the majors. The Tigers have won 5 in a row. So 6 in a row is absolutely beautiful for this Mets team. The Cubs are 9-5. Brewers are 6-5. Of course, the Cubs had those couple early games. The Los Angeles Dodgers have 4 losses, so the Mets are ahead of the Dodgers as well. In fact, if the Mets win this game, at least temporarily, they will have the best record in the National League, tied with the Padres at 9-3. And the Angels are in first place in the AL West with a 7-3 record. So if the Mets win this game, they will actually have the best record in baseball for the moment. Of course, the Padres will have a chance to come back and do something about that. But sunny but breezy, they said, but maybe it doesn't look quite as windy as yesterday. Pitching for the Mets today will be Tyler McGill. So we're excited to get underway with this game. Xavier Edwards, not Weathers. Xavier Edwards will be leading off for the Marlins here in the top of the first inning. So as you come in, check in, say hi, let me know what you're thinking, what's going on. We're going to give you updates of this game. Tyler McGill is 2-0 with a .87 ERA, .87 WHIP as well. 10 strikeouts, 4 walks on the season. Opponents are hitting 143 off of him. So a great start, and hopefully can continue it with the cool weather. Hopefully the bats will stay quiet for one more day. And McGill can get win number 3 on the season. I want to see, would that make him the first 3-game winner in baseball? We're having fun diving into the stats yesterday. Last night we did like a 2-hour hangout. So let's see. Let's bring that picture. All right, so we're just getting ready to get going. They're delayed here. It's already 1:12. We're 2 minutes behind. First pitch is a ball. Unfortunately, I'm stuck listening to the FanDuel Marlins broadcast, so it's not the best broadcast that I have. 2 balls and no strikes. McGill needs to settle down here. That's also outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Settle down, McGill. Settle down. Let's get off to a good start. Xavier Edwards is hitting 8 for 20, 400 batting average against the Mets so far this season. That's a 4-pitch walk. So not an ideal start for McGill. However, I also can see why McGill doesn't want anything to do with Xavier Edwards hitting 400 against the Mets so far this season. The Mets, I'm sure, are sick of facing the Marlins as much as I'm sick of covering the Marlins. First pitch looked like it caught the corner, but they called that a ball too. So I guess when you miss, they're not going to give you that close call. All right. So 5 straight balls for McGill. This is not what we want to start this game. Let's just get some strikes here. Throw over to first. Runner gets back on time. Xavier Edwards walked on 4 pitches. Tyler McGill has pitched amazing this season, but obviously needs to continue to challenge batters. That is outside. That's 6 straight balls. Yesterday, Clay Holmes also struggled in the first inning with a couple of walks. So Tyler McGill looks like he's taking the example of Clay Holmes. It's 3-0. Oh, I know why. I know why he's struggling, because I forgot to put my jersey on before the stream. All right, hang tight. As soon as this batter is up, I'm going to go throw the jersey on. Yeah, he missed 4 straight, so that's 8 straight balls. All right, we got to get the Mets jersey on. Sorry, Tyler, I did not do my proper pregame. I got everything else done. I even got the dishwasher running here. So we're good to go. Well, hello to everybody. Hope you guys are doing awesome today. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. My name is Craig. This is MetropoliFins, YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. I'm a Dolphins fan, but I have no love lost for the Marlins. There's a couple other games that are getting started right now, so we'll give you some score updates, let you know who's playing. All right. So we're looking for either the strikeout or the double play here. Jonah Bride at the plate for the Marlins. There we go. Finally got a called strike. So no balls in 1 strike. That's the first strike of the game after 8 straight balls. That one's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's already 10 pitches on the inning. So Marlins have runners on first and second, nobody out. So McGill's got himself in some trouble right away. That's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Here we go. Let's see if McGill can get this strikeout here. That one's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Mets pitchers struggling with walks in the first inning is kind of a trend here. We don't want this to be continuing here. There's a swing and a miss. So we got the strikeout there. So now all you need is a double play to get out of the inning. There are still runners on first and second, but now I got 1 out. All right, there's ball one here. Tyler's especially struggling. So the first two walks are both against lefties, and this is a lefty as well. So he's having trouble getting the ball over the plate against the lefties. Yeah, again, two balls and no strikes. So what's up? There's the strike down the middle. How's it going, D-Rails? Appreciate you being here today. 2 balls and 1 strike. McGill's got himself in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to work his way out here in the top of the first inning. There's a swing and a miss. There we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mets fans look really cold. I think it's something like 45 degrees. Feels like October weather out there. So it's a little bit windy today, but there you go. Call third strike. So there's 2 strikeouts. So back-to-back walks followed by back-to-back strikeouts. I guess we'll take it. So now you just need any out to get out of this inning. Dane Myers is up for the Marlins. First pitch is a strike at the bottom of the zone. There we go. I like that. Get ahead in the count right away. No balls, 1 strike. So let's hope that McGill can just get out of this inning and then just settle down the rest of the way. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was the 20th pitch of the inning already for McGill, though. So obviously not the most efficient inning when you walked the first 2 batters. It's not out of it yet. Myers is hitting. There's a swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Myers is hitting 320 on the season, so he has definitely got the potential to put this ball into play. This is grounded to Lindor. He beats it out. That was some really bad camera work. I think the cameraman thought he was going to throw to second. So yeah, I think Lindor should have gone to second on that too. The cameraman thought he was going to go to second as well. So that's technically going to be a hit. So bases loaded, 2 outs. McGill got the ground ball that needed to get out of the inning, but it just was hit in the wrong spot. First pitch is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. So we definitely need McGill to find something right here, get out of this inning. Mets came back yesterday from being down early, but you don't really want to be doing that on a regular basis. Griffin Conine is up. There's called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. So McGill seems to be working with a lot more confidence now than the first couple of batters. And this is with another lefty. That one's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Here's the pitch. 1 to swing at it in the dirt. Center blocks it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we'll do a scoreboard update for you right after this inning. So that way you can be following along with some of the other games going on. Looks like there's 3 games going on. This game plus 2 others. That one's fouled back. A lot of pitches for McGill this inning. That was pitch 27. So, unfortunately, that's not great for this Mets pitching staff. But walks will do that to you here. All right. 2 ball, 2 strike. And he got him swinging. So he ends up striking out 3 on the inning. So McGill does get out of it. And sometimes there's something to be said for just can you get out of the inning. So that's like about almost a 30-pitch inning, but the Mets do come out. Even though the Marlins load the bases, came up without giving up a run. So credit to McGill for continuing to battle and fight. Not the most impressive inning you've ever seen pitched, but sometimes there's more impressiveness with just simply getting out of the inning. We're going to do a quick little scoreboard update for you. All the games are at 0-0. This Cardinals-Pirates game, that's a 0-0 game. That's in the bottom of the 4th. Yankees and Tigers are 0-0, bottom of the 1st. Of course, our game is also 0-0, going to the bottom of the 1st. At 2:20, you've got Rangers at Cubs. At 3:35, Padres at Athletics. 3:40, Orioles Diamondbacks. 3:45. So every 5 minutes, you got a game starting. That's Reds at Giants. The Nationals are going for the series sweep against the Dodgers. Words I never thought I was going to say this season for sure. That game's at 4:05. Then at 4:10, you got Astros Mariners. 6:10, White Sox Guardians. 6:45, Blue Jays Red Sox. 7:05, Angels Rays. 7:15, Phillies Braves. 7:40, Twins Royals. And 8:40, Brewers Rockies. The latest game of the day starts at 8:40. So it's probably getaway day for a lot of these teams, but there's the breakdown of all the scores. All right, we're going to do it early today. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait for Rally. We're going to bring out Rally Pig right here on the first inning. Rally Pig was 1 for 2 yesterday and 4 runs scored. So Rally Pig gets credit for the inning while he's in the game. Make me feel this way, my girl, my girl, my talking about my girl. That is going to be outside. Ball 1 to Francisco Lindor. Mets got out of a jam in the top of the 1st. Let's see if they can create their own havoc on the base paths this bottom of the 1st. That's also a bit high. 2 balls and no strikes. So Max Meyer struggling to throw strikes, just like Tyler McGill was. McGill will end up walking the first 2 batters. That one's a strike down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lindor is looking like he's getting locked in. He's 4 out of his last 8 with that leadoff homer yesterday. He's had a leadoff hit in, I believe it's 4 of the last 5 games. He's led off the game with a hit, which is, of course, absolutely amazing when your leadoff hitter can lead off with a hit. So we've got the Rally Pig going. Fouled it off, barely. Barely fouled it off. All right, so it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lindor is at the plate. We're bringing out Rally Pig early. We're going to just try to get on the board right away. Did not go. Almost went. That was close. 3 balls, 2 strikes is the count. So Lindor trying to get his average up. Of course, also, Lindor would love to do things like participate in all-star games by not getting off quite as slow as a start. That is hit right to the second baseman. So it's a long at bat, but Lindor still ends up getting out here as we speak. So it is 1 out in the bottom of the 1st inning. Juan Soto coming to the plate. First pitch is a ball in the dirt. That's already the 8th pitch, so the Mets trying to run up Max Meyer's pitch count here as well. They've done amazing against the Marlins bullpen, so the sooner you get there, you feel the better chance you have. That's outside. 2 balls, no strike. So similar to Francisco Lindor. Back-to-back balls to start the at-bat. Let's see if Soto can get a better pitch to handle here. He pops that one up. That's high. And Edwards, the shortstop, is able to make the catch. That was high up there. There's going to be 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. He swings at the first pitch. It was going to be a ball way inside. That was not a great swing. But Pete has been on fire, so I'll trust his judgment for right now. He's hitting .333 on the season. Seeing Pete Alonso with a 300-plus batting average is just awesome. That one is a strike, and he takes it. No balls and 2 strikes. Pete's hitting .450 against the Marlins this season, 9 for 20. Grounded to third. And Pete Alonso is going to be retired. So we are headed to the top of the 2nd inning. Rally Pig failed us here. Got to keep Rally Pig accountable. 0 for 1 for Rally Pig. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us here today. So it's 0-0 going to the top of the 2nd inning. So we're on commercial break right now. You are not missing any of the action as we speak. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to raise up the desk here. I'm going to stretch everything out so that I can be standing. We got one of those cool little desk things that goes up and down, so I might as well stand up. Stretch out. Raise the desk up. There we go. Wanted to be like super productive. I could get like a treadmill or something here and walk while we're watching the game. So we're at commercial break still. Feels like the commercial breaks are longer today than yesterday. There we go. It does look cold. Oh, man. You guys got the old school Florida Marlins digs out. Looks sharp. It's like amazing how pretty much all the best looking uniforms are in the past. There you go. That's a first pitch strike for Tyler McGill here in the top of the 2nd inning. It's 0-0. Marlins loaded the bases, were not able to score in the top of the 1st inning. McGill had some control problems, and then they had kind of an infield hit that just got right to the right spot. But McGill ended up getting 3 strikeouts on the day for that 1st inning. So there's a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nick Fortes. And a swing and a miss. There's 4 strikeouts on the day for Tyler McGill. 4 outs, 4 strikeouts. Man, that was a nasty pitch. That pitch looked like a strike, and then it dove in and almost hit him while he was swinging. Very good pitch by McGill. There's this pitch at the bottom of the zone. There's a strike. Tyler McGill is just one of those guys that I feel like if he ever puts it all together, he could become just a really special pitcher. Feels like any given outing, he could have a dynamite outing. There's 2 strikes. So McGill has found his groove here. Took a couple batters, and that's okay. That's why you got to be patient with players. It takes a while to zone in, and that's why you just need to count on your defense to make some plays. And that one is popped up out in the short left field. Vientos makes the catch, so there's 2 outs. 2 outs in the top of the second inning. It is still 0-0. That's the first out of the Marlins that was not by strikeout. So first out of the Marlins is not by strikeout. McGill is up to 35 pitches. However, this inning is a lot more efficient than last. So if he can get out of this inning under 40 pitches, that's going to be good. Nice first pitch strike. One of the things that I've noticed about McGill that I really like this year is his maturity to not panic when he gets in trouble. It always seemed like any time that he would start to give up runners, there's another strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Just felt like any time that he would start to get in trouble, he would start to panic a little bit. This year, he looks so kind of firm, knows what he's looking to do, has a plan, doesn't panic when runners get on. I'm just seeing a lot of maturity with McGill. Oh, fouled it, but not. Sanger couldn't quite hold on to it. So it remains no balls and 2 strikes. It was close. "6'7", guys. He's 6'7". It's like 8 inches taller than me. That ball's going to be just a bit outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's the 39th pitch for McGill. That's kind of the big thing we're watching right now is can he keep his pitch count low enough that he can get 5-6 innings out of him. Oh, barely missed. Challenge it. Challenge that. All right, here we go. 2 ball, 2 strike. That one's just a bit outside as well, so don't lose him here, McGill. Full count. Good at bat by Sanoha to battle back here because McGill was kind of just blasting right through this. That's ball 4, so he's going to walk him. All right, back to the top of the lineup for the Marlins here. Xavier Edwards, he walked in his first at bat. There's a strike right down the middle. No balls, 1 strike. We got 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. It is 0-0. So if you're looking for lots of baseball action, you actually haven't missed anything yet. It's all coming. Marlins did load the bases in the first. McGill has 4 strikeouts and 3 walks on the day. So that one's high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball is lined into left field for a base hit. So Now it's 2 outs and 2 on. And again, McGill's pitch count just keeps going up. So hasn't given up any runs yet. There you go. First pitch, strike swinging. No balls, 1 strike. Ate a hot dog and coffee. Well, enjoy the game, Jonathan. Got to get McGill to settle down here. His pitch count's getting too high. Appreciate you checking in. So, hot dog and a coffee. What do you put on your hot dog at the field? You throw everything on there? Coffee is acidic and medium roast. Let's go, McGill. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a foul ball out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, busting out the Syracuse man. They showed one guy there who was in like the old school 90s Florida Marlins guard. He looked really sharp. I love it. The last time the Mets swept the Marlins was in 2022, in July of 22. That one's low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coffee black, no sugar. All right, what about hot dog? D-Rails is saying hey to you as well, Jonathan. So enjoy the game. Hopefully the sun will be warmer than the temperature. That's inside as well, man. McGill's battling, but he just doesn't seem to have it. Doesn't seem to. He's not sharp today. So getting through 5 innings is going to be tough. That's 50 pitches. So it's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the second, runners on first and second in a 0-0 game. And he got him swinging. So that's McGill for you today. Lots of walks, lots of strikeouts. That's 5 strikeouts for McGill through 2 innings, but also 50 pitches. Because between walks and strikeouts, if you're doing both, your pitch count goes up really quick. If you're just striking people out, your pitch count goes up a little bit, but not crazy fast. But when you are doing both, it's like, man, those pitches add up. So he's at 50 pitches. 15. I mean, if you can go 15 pitches per inning for the next 3, maybe you can get him through 5. So appreciate everybody being here with us today. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. It is 0-0. Starting off with probably the second best leadoff hitter on the team. Exactly what you would want, which is Brandon Nimmo. So it's going to be, I believe it's Nimmo Marte Vientos. Nimmo Marte Vientos. Keeping an eye on the other scores. Every other game still is scoreless. We won't run through all of them again, but it's Cardinals Pirates are scoreless, going to the top of the 6th. Yankees and Tigers are also scoreless and similar to us. They are headed to the bottom of the 2nd. That is Max Fried Chicken. That's what my kids call him, Max Fried Chicken. He's pitching for the Yankees today. So, bunch of 3 games going on, nothing. But there's just going to be games starting and basically there's games starting almost every hour from now through 8:30 tonight. It's a beautiful day. I wish that they would have had this sort of schedule for actual opening day. But, all right. Brandon Nimmo is leading off. Fouls the first pitch back. All right. Here we go. Here's Nimmo. Foul back again. No balls, 2 strikes to Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo grounds this one deep second base. Good play by the second baseman to slide out on the grass, get Nimmo retired. So there's 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. So that means we've got Starling Marte coming to bat. See what Starling Marte has. Mets need to get some bats rolling here, work these pitch counts a little bit. Max Meyer's only 17 pitches in. Marte goes first pitch swing and pops it up. Converging towards the pitcher's mound. Paulie makes the play. Quick 2 outs for the Mets here in the bottom of the second inning. All right, this is Swaggy Marky V at the plate. Two balls and no strikes to Mark Vientos. That's inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Vientos and Beatty are both hitting 125 on the season, and that's a nice patient 4-pitch walk. So Mets will get their first base runner of the day. Brett Beatty is now up. First pitch is a strike to Beatty. No balls, 1 strike. That one is fouled back. No balls and 2 strikes to Beatty. There are 2 outs. The bottom of the second inning. Runner on first. Mark Vientos walked. Beatty's going to use his timeout right here. Here's the pitch. And swing in the dirt. And Beatty is thrown out at first. So there you go. We are headed to – that was a bad pitch to swing at, Beatty. Trying to defend you, bro. You can't swing at that pitch. That was clearly a ball in the dirt. What Brett Beatty's problem is he keeps getting behind in the count, and then they just don't throw him anything good. But they throw him stuff that's close enough that he's got to swing at it. He keeps kind of digging his own hole. And don't know what to say. D-Rails will know what to say. All right, so we're going to commercial break here really quick. Headed to the top of the third inning. Hold on, I'm going to be right back with you guys in a second. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. All right, we are back, and so are the Mets. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us here today. It is the top of the third inning, 0-0, and Tyler McGill strikes out another guy. That is 6 strikeouts on the day for McGill. I know where you're at, D-Rails. I know where you're at. All right. So it is 0-0 top 3. So McGill has not looked sharp all the time, but the batters where he's been on. So 1 ball and no strikes here. We got 1 out in the top of the third inning. Matt Mervis at the plate for the Marlins. So let's see if McGill can have a more efficient inning here. Said that last inning. I guess it technically was. He went from like 30 pitches to 20 pitches. 1 ball, 1 strike. That ball's popped up. Is it going to stay in play? Vientos almost overruns it. Reaches back and makes a good catch. I think that wind is still playing some tricks today. So that is 2 outs. That was a really good job by Vientos to not give up on it. It almost looked like a Savannah Bananas trick play there. So we have 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. First pitch is a strike. So, I mean, if you eliminate the walks, Tyler McGill's given up 2 hits today. That ball's fouled down the third baseline. No balls and 2 strikes. McGill's got a chance to get out of this inning with like 10 pitches or something like that. Let's go here, McGill. Let's get him. 1 and 2. So what I haven't, this is what's happened a couple times. It's gotten way ahead of the batter, and then for some reason, he's kind of just. I mean, he's trying to get him to chase, but his chase pitches are too far out of the zone. That ball's fouled back. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. So he needs his chase pitches to be a little bit closer because they're just too far out. They're just clearly balls, and he's not getting them to chase stuff that far. Here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the third. Another foul back. Sanger's taking some foul balls already today, mostly on us. That ball is ripped up the middle. Yeah, see, this is the thing is McGill struggled to put guys away. So there's a single right up the middle. So I don't. Yeah, his put away pitches have been either in the zone or too far out of the zone. He's missing the edges. So he gets off to things good. But again, so now you're going to get another extended inning here after going 0-2. So it is still nothing. But like I said, what I like about McGill is he's battling, he's fighting. It's he may only get through four innings today. One ball, no strikes here to start off Conine for the Marlins. There's a swing and a miss. One ball, one strikes. Let's see what McGill can do here. He got Conine to strike out earlier in the game. That ball is low. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count here. Got him swinging there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So let's see if he can put them away. McGill's up to 68 pitches. Pitch count is so high. Popped it foul. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Feel so bad for McGill. I want to throw a put away pitch. Throw over to first. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. It is a nothing game, but McGill is at 69 pitches right now. It's going to be next pitch of this at bat's going to be 70th pitch in the 3rd inning. We got him swinging. So the counting stats are looking good for McGill. How many strikeouts is that now? 7 strikeouts in 3 innings, but I just can't imagine they're going to have him go much further than that. They'll probably about 90 pitches, so he's going to need like back-to-back 15, 10 pitch innings, 10, 12 pitch innings in order to even get through 5, and that's assuming the Mets can score runs to try to get the win here. So we're on commercial break. You're not missing anything. Quick little score update. The update is there is no score update. Every game is still nothing. But we do have. All right, we're gonna watch this. So every once in a while, there's something worth watching, and we've got a no-hitter alert going on in the St. Louis Cardinals game. So let's get the breakdown. Who's pitching? What's going on? It is the top of the 7th inning, so through 6 innings. Eric Fetty has not allowed a hit through 6 innings. He does have 4 walks, so it's not a perfect game. He's at 88 pitches, so you got to imagine that he can't go too much further. But we're going to leave that game running here in the background so we can follow along with that at least as long as it's a no hitter. So let's do, we're going to set that up for you so you can be watching both. Let's see. How's that? Let's go. Let me get to the live. Tyrone Taylor leads off the bottom of the third for the Mets. So we're going to keep an eye. We're going to keep an eye on this no hitter alert. Let's do. We'll get our banner set up here. Taylor flies out to shallow right field. So we're at the bottom of the third inning. It is 0-0. Your New York Mets are also not having a hit yet. So it's a 0-0 game. The Cardinals game that we have on in the background here, we're watching that simply because the Pirates do not have a hit yet. All right, Hayden Sanger's at the plate with Francisco Lindor on deck. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes to Hayden Sanger. Let me know if this is like super choppy. I might just have to give you updates. It definitely feels like my like everything is choppy here for me. So let me know if it's choppy to you. Otherwise, we'll just kind of keep doing updates as we go, and I can just cut the Cardinals Pirates game cast. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hayden Sanger, 1 out, bottom of the third inning. There's a strikeout to Hayden Sanger, so there's 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. All right, here we go. Francisco Lindor at the plate, fouls off the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. We are watching. Actually, you know what? Let me just. I'll remove that for now. We're just going to follow along when the Pirates are actually hitting. Lindor flies it, but he got under. It's going out to center field, and he's going to be fly out. And we're going to the top of the fourth inning. It is still 0-0. And Mets do not yet have a hit in this game. Only base runner was Mark Vientos on a walk. All right, we're at commercial break right now, so I had to check some things. We got updates coming up with my son's baseball season. They just released the playoff bracket today. I guess technically last night. It came in late last night, so I'm trying to scout out all the teams that we're going to face. That's going to be coming up the very end of April into the first week of May. So it's going to be a pool play. I don't know how many games they have to win in order to advance out of pool play. Like if it's just the top team from pool play, or if it's the top two teams. Usually, top two come out of pool play, and then you cross play. Nick Fortes pops this out to Lindor at short, so that's good. That's a quick out for McGill. The weather's been so bad in Major League Baseball, cold weather everywhere. There have been 38 errors over the last 2 days. That's so crazy. This ball is popped up. Lindor makes that put out as well. We've got 2 outs in the top of the 4th. So McGill's got him to 2 outs a couple of times. Then he struggles to get this 3rd out. So let's see. Let's see what he can do. This is the best inning so far, but I was about to say that last inning, and then he kind of gave up a 2-strike hit and then a walk, and it's been that ball's fouled away. No balls and 1 strike. There is a pitching change in St. Louis. Phil Maton, former Met. Phil Maton came in. So this is a no-hitter alert going on. Pirates do not yet have a hit today. So you can follow on that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul back. Again, McGill's got to figure out how to put these guys away. Well, there McCutcheon strikes out, so there's 1 out here, bottom 7th. That's the ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joey Bart. He was originally the heir apparent catcher for the Giants. He's hit by the pitch, but that keeps the no-hitter intact still. And once again, a 2-out hit given up by McGill. McGill is just really struggling to put these guys away. I gotta remove that. It just gets too choppy. My computer's too old to stream while I'm listening to the game and everything else. So, all right, we'll just keep you updated on that. McGill. This might be McGill's last inning. I don't know what else he's going to be able to do. Line to 3rd and caught by Vientos. So at least it was only 1 extra pitch. We are going to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is nothing. Speaking of no-hitters, the Mets are also being no-hit right now. But it is Soto, Alonso, Nimmo are due up. That's who's due to the plate here. So we're going to see. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. This is MetropoliFins. My name is Craig. We're YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. If you haven't yet done so, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. Trying to bring to you coverage of as many Mets games as we can throughout the season. I got the wrong date in the title. Let me fix that here. Let me fix the date in the title. All these little things. Little tiny details get easy to miss when you're copying and pasting stuff over. Four nine. We're on commercial break right now, so you're not missing anything. So don't worry about that. It is still a no-hitter in Pittsburgh. Cardinals have the game is nothing as well. So, all right, we're bringing out Rally Pig. Rally Pig is already 0 for 1, but the Mets need help, and McGill needs some help. So here we go. We're gonna make sure Rally Pig is front and center on the screen, because that's who you're really here for. You don't care about me; you just care about Rally Pig. First pitch is a strike. That ball is grounded to the pitcher, and Soto's going to be retired at first. There's one quick out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. All right, Pete Alonso at the plate. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Rally Pig needs some magic right now. Two balls, 1 strike to Pete Alonso at the plate. We got Rally Pig trying to rally us here. That ball's inside, gets away, but nobody on base to advance. 3 balls, 1 strike to Pete Alonso. Got to do some damage here for sure. Got to do some damage. Mets are hitless so far on the day today. Swing and a miss. Andy Rodriguez got a single for the Pirates, and that ends the no-hitter bid in Pittsburgh. So there's only one no-hitter going on right now, and it's the Mets. So Pete, this one down the left field line, it's going to get just out of play. So it's going to remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Pete takes, that was a close pitch, but he takes it for the walk. So Pete continuing to show patience. It increases the value to his team so much. Brandon Nimmo at the plate. 1 out, runner on first. It is a 0-0 game. Welcome, Red Man. I'm going to have to start a support group for you and D-Rails. Brett Beatty Hater support group. This whole team is trash on offense today so far. That's high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brandon Nimmo. Pete Alonso is on first. The Mets have 2 walks today. 1 Vientos walk, 1 Pete Alonso walk, and that's it. And McGill's got like, was he 7 strikeouts? Yeah, but his pitch count is way too high. Excuse me. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brandon Nimmo. We need to see Nimmo start coming around here soon. Yeah, I know. The walks have been killer. And 2 out hits. Well, who else are you going to bat for? There's nobody else to bat for. There's a swing and a miss. That's going to be Nimmo's spot for a couple reasons. One, sometimes batting fourth, you turn into the leadoff hitter in the second inning, and Nimmo is a great leadoff hitter as well. He can play that role, but he also can be that protection behind Pete a little bit. This is lifted out to center field. Woo. A little confusion out there in the outfield, but the Marlins make the play. It's going to be 2 outs. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Redman, if only it was that easy. If only. If only it were that easy. Starling Marte, Start Mart is at the plate. First pitch is a strike, no balls, 1 strike. Rally Pig is on the verge of going 0 for 2 here today. Tried him in the first. Trying him in the 4th. Throw over to first. Pete's not going anywhere here. On a cold day, with 2 outs, Starling Marte at the plate. I don't picture Pete would be taken off at all. Let's see what we got. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled away. Still no balls and 2 strikes on Starling Marte. Let's go, Rally Pig. Time for you to do something. And that's a strike down the middle. Marte called out. So we're going to the top of the 5th inning. Mets still don't have a hit. And nobody has scored. So basically we need Tyler McGill. We need Tyler McGill to get a quick 3 outs so he can be in line for the win, and then the Mets to score in the bottom of the 5th. Hold on, I'm going to grab one more thing. All right, I've got some magic to help Brett Beatty when he comes up next inning. We're gonna help him. All right, I'm gonna take a little break. We're gonna sit back down and stand for the last few minutes. Ooh. Let the desk come down to me. This cold weather for offense is it's brutal. Control for pitchers is hard too. It's hard to grip the ball when your hands are cold. And sorry, I know I'm running behind on this stream a lot, but I'm stuck watching FanDuel Sports Network. I can't even use MLB TV. But I had to sign up for the free plan. The free trial just to be able to watch this game today. Top of the fifth inning. Tyler McGill needs an easy inning. It doesn't feel like it's going to be an easy inning. That ball is single out to left field. So the leadoff runner is on for the Marlins. Pitch count for McGill. That's 84 pitches, I think, for McGill so far. They're going to try to get him through this inning, but it's going to be tough. First pitch to Jonah Bride is fouled back. No balls, one strike. It's still a 0-0 game. That's a ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. If McGill wants to have any shot at winning this game, he's got to figure out how to get out of this inning quickly. Pitch count is just on the rise. 1-1 pitch. That's chop foul down the third baseline. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs. Top of the fifth inning. Almost certainly Tyler McGill's final inning. Almost certainly. There's a swing foul. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to McGill. Messing to stop leaving guy on base gets you angry. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Mets fans aren't happy when the record is 8-3. Just imagine if we were 3-8 right now. There's a grounder to Beatty. Yeah, he overthrows Lindor. And both runners are going to be safe. So there's going to be runners on first and second, but nobody out. Here we go. McGill's got some trouble to work out of now. There's a ground ball up the middle. And that's going to score a run. It's going to be 1-0 Marlins. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be the end of the day for McGill. I can't imagine you can leave him in any longer here. This pitch count was too high. Too many runners as a whole. And just McGill didn't pitch poorly. He just didn't pitch efficiently. So McGill will not go to 3-0 to start the season. So it's time for the bullpen to step up. So we're commercial break right now. Mets have a pitching change going on as we speak. It's going to be it can't be Mad Max, so we got to do Min Panic, Max Pranic. Min Panic, Max Pranic. Well, I do agree that Beatty's defense, I don't think it's going to be the offense per se that would cost him a spot on this team, but when you can't make a play like that, that's going to hurt. I'm beginning to think that just because of the relationship with the fans and his overall with New York, I wonder if the best possible thing the Mets could do, you send Beatty down when McNeil comes back, let him go play third base, his more natural position, and just let him, and then find a younger team that could bring him in, let him play his natural position. Hey, Raul. Can't talk about world championships when we're in panic mode. $25, $26, $27. Well, let's start with 25, right? Start with 25. All right, Min Panic, Max Tranic. Like, there's a key element here. And throw as much shade as you want at Beatty. And I think you can kind of give the top three a pass. I mean, just because they're not all going to hit every single day, so you can probably give Lindor, Soto, and Alonso a pass, especially Alonso. Overall. But I was saying 6-10. But honestly, when you look at it, other than a couple of individual games, 4 through 9 has been just hitting like trash. Well, there's a strikeout for Min Panic. Min Panic, Max Kranick. Came up with that nickname myself. So Min Panic, Max Kranick trying to bail the Mets out of this situation. I think it's just to the point, unfortunately for Beatty. It's like it's just in his head. New York is in his head. And I don't know how you fix it. I don't know. They always say some guys just aren't cut out for New York. And maybe that's just it with Beatty. Nimmo makes a catch out in left field for the second out. So Min Panic is doing well. I just, maybe we're just at the point where it's just time to move him to somewhere else. I still believe that Brett Beatty can be a quality third baseman. Not necessarily a defensive standout, but like it's gonna be a base hit to left field. It's gonna be 2-0, 2-0 Marlins here. I think the wind knocked that one down a little bit. So the good news is the Mets have this series won. But my goodness, this cold weather just kind of stinks for baseball. All right, so it's 2 outs, 2-0 Marlins now. That pitch is inside, 1 ball and 1 strike for Min Panic, Max Kranick. Now those runs are charged to McGill. Those are those runs are charged to McGill, not to Kranick. All right, see if Kranick can get out of this inning here. And there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. So it is 2-0, 2-0 Marlins going to the bottom of the fifth. Mets have not done anything on offense today. 2 walks. That's it. That being said, I'm not giving up on Beatty, my boy, yet. I've got something for Brett Beatty here. So I'm helping coach the bats. So we're going to go a batty for Beatty. I'm going to put my bats hat on. I guess I should just do it this way. Batty for Beatty. Brett Beatty needs a home run this inning. Brett Beatty needs a home run this inning, right? To redeem himself for the error. Nothing's happened yet, Red Band. I'm just wearing my bats. My batty for Beatty. I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna give every bit of luck and superstition that I possibly can to Brett Beatty here. I don't think Beatty's going anywhere till McNeil's coming back. So you gotta. How about just cheer for him for now? Look, there's no way. At this point in time, there's no way that Beatty that they're going to send down Acuna over Beatty. That's fan my whole life. Started when I was a wee one. Yeah, I mean I was a kid, but I remember 1986. That's like my first baseball memories are 1986. All right, so due up this inning, Vientos, Beatty, Tyrone Taylor. I just want to challenge all you guys to let's do a deep dive on Vientos too. Why is Vientos struggling as much as he is? Vientos is getting a pass based off of last season, but how long do you give him a pass to? Grounded to second base, one out. All right, I got my batty patty for Beatty on. Here's first pitch to Beatty. That's fouled back. That swing actually looked like a good swing. No balls, one strike. This game is flying by, unlike the last games that went by really slow. That's low. Good take by Beatty there. One ball, one strike. And Brett Beatty needs a home run right here. Take a lot of pressure off of his back. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying he needs one. I got my batty. Red man, that's not how baseball works. Brett Beatty is one of the best baseball players in the world right now. You have to realize this. Fan standards are not what coach standards are. Fans want immediate results all the time. Coaches are looking at significantly larger things. Even if you want to put Beatty in that quadruple A category, what does that mean? It means he's better than basically the vast majority of players in Triple A, and he's just a tad under the best major league players. Baseball is hard, and you have to remember baseball is hard, and talented baseball players are hard to find. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Beatty here. That was see now he got called out on strikes. That pitch was 2 inches off the plate. I mean, that was 2 inches off the plate, guys. That's not what do you if he swings at that. If Beatty swings at that pitch, you're all going to be roasting him for bad pitch selection. Yeah, that was a horrible call by the umpire. Like you cannot like Beatty and still say, look, no, you're who are you comparing him to? So that's the whole point. It's like who are you comparing him to? You're comparing him to the best major leaguers. I'm comparing him to all baseball players in the world. Like you don't you guys have no idea how hard it is to hit at every one of these levels. It's so hard. All right, it's Tyrone Taylor at the plate. And I ask you guys, how come no one's throwing any shade at Mark Vientos at this point in time? Their batting averages are basically the same. They came in today with the same batting average. And again, you cannot like Brett Beatty and still admit that the pitch that Beatty struck out on was 2 inches outside the plate. So what do you want him to do? Do you want him to give up on his plate discipline? No, I mean, it's not even a hackable ball there. So, all right. And why would they give up on him? If anything, you want to send him back to AAA, get his confidence up, and trade him. I don't get it. I don't get you guys sometimes. That's not how baseball works. It's just not. It's not how it works. It's how fans work. So I don't think like a fan anymore. I think like a coach. But not this year. How long of a leash do you give Vientos? Right. So here's the thing. Vientos has shown the Mets. Last year, he showed the Mets what he could do. There's been plenty of guys who are one-hit wonders, but by any metric you're judging on this year alone, Vientos is only doing a shade better than Brett Beatty. And I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with Vientos struggling. In fact, I warned you all that Vientos was going to struggle. We talked about it a lot in the preseason. But just because someone's done something in the past doesn't guarantee they're going to do it in the future. I just think Mets fans, like, that's fine. You want to be done with Beatty, that's fine. Be done with Beatty. But if you go beyond that, you have to really honestly evaluate. And the Mets have gone with defense in center field. So giving up offense there. So you have Tyrone Taylor and Jose Siri. That's your center field. So you're giving up an out there pretty much every game. Okay? With Alvarez out, you're pretty much giving up an out, giving up outs from the catcher position most every game. Okay? And then you've got this Marte Winker, which sometimes they're going to come through big, but a lot of times they're not. Yeah, that's fine, Redmond, but neither is contributing to the team. Yeah. Well, they might. And Brett Beatty might be happy to be traded too. It could just be that he's not cut out for New York. That's possible. But like that last strikeout is 100% on the umpire. That's all I'm saying. He's had some poor at-bats, but that was clearly ball four. If that had been challenged on the ABS system, Brett Beatty would have worked the walk there. And if he had swung at that pitch, every Met fan who hates Brett Beatty would have lambasted him for swinging at the pitch. Like, look, sometimes baseball doesn't bounce your way, and that's just how it goes. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes here. We're at the top of the 6th inning, by the way. I gotta get my little ticker banner all set and going here. Brett Beatty will come back and hurt the Mets when he ends up on another team. I'm just going to tell you that, guys. Just so you know, the amount of players I've seen Mets fans write off as bums who come back and hurt the Mets, it's a lot. Right, but not forever, Rel. Like that's my thing. Okay, I'm not trying to convince you that Brett Beatty is good. I'm not trying to convince you of that. I'm trying to convince you that this entire offense is way weaker than we're being led to believe. That's all I'm trying to say. Look at this lineup, guys. Take out the top 3, and if you want to give Nemo a pass for right now, just look at this lineup. Starling Marte hitting 250, Vientos 122, Beatty 115, Tyron Taylor 160, Hayden Sanger hitting 250. Like Hayden Sanger is the best of the bottom half of this lineup. Hayden Sanger is out hitting Mark Vientos. So I think so. There was a bunt. Vientos threw it over to first. I think the Marlins are going to take a look at this. I guess not. It looked like it was close at first, but that's going to be 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. You guys are missing the point, though, on the Beatty thing. I just don't understand why you're so obsessed with Beatty as opposed to the whole bottom half of the lineup. The whole bottom half of the lineup is drastically underperforming. I'll grant you, yeah, that was a bad error. Grounder to first, and Alonso tosses it to the pitcher. That's going to end this top of the 6th inning, going to the bottom of the 6th, still 2-0. Remember, Mets don't have a hit yet. Right. Okay, but What you call a basic throw is also different when you're playing out of your normal position. So I think the mistake, if I'm looking at the developmental side for Beatty here, I think the mistake the Mets made was trying to move him. Rels, I'm looking at the overall this season. Look, one game. Look at the batting averages. Look at the clutch hitting. I mean, yes, yesterday was a great game for the offense, but if you do you feel like this offense is clicking? That's fine. We're just going to agree to disagree. My bigger critique though is just the offense altogether from really four to nine has been. I mean, you can look at a few individual good performances, but when you take McNeil, you take Alvarez out of this lineup, it becomes a significantly weaker lineup. And the Mets have chosen to go. All right, Hayden Sanger grounds out to start off the inning, and it is Francisco Lindor at the plate. All right, Mets trying to get a rally going here. One ball, one strike to Francisco Lindor. Two balls, one strike to Lindor. So Mets are looking to get a base runner on and then let one of the big boys do what they do best. So that's ball. Three balls, one strike. Hey, there's a hit for Lindor and the Mets. Finally. Finally. Here we go. Juan Soto at the plate trying to get a little rally going here. It's time to bring out Rally Pig. Keegan, absolutely. It's time for Soto to show up. 1 ball, 1 strike to Juan Soto. We're doing it. Rally Pig's 0 for 2 today, but we're going to bring Rally Pig back out once again. Because this is the time. This is the time. Plus, if we can get into the Marlins bullpen, 2 balls, 1 strike to Soto. Yeah, what I tend to give Nimmo a little bit of a pass, but I mean Winker had a great game. Marte's been okay, but I'm not. Yep. Go over to first. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The ball's rounded to short, tossed to second on the first double play. Man, Rally Pig is horrible today. That's the real problem. Rally Pig is 0 for 3. Get out of here, Rally Pig. Well, the Mets got the hit. At least they're not being no hit anymore. Well, so the Mets will lead off with it'll be Alonso, Nimmo, and Marte due up in the bottom of the 7th. So we're headed to the top of the 7th. We're gonna try to find someone streaming this game that we can go raid and share some love. So let me do a little bit of looking here. We raided to somebody yesterday, and they ended up doing a counter raid, hanging out with us. So we raided there yesterday. Yeah, there's not many people streaming this game. Just trying to find anybody here. And there's just nobody else. So let's find somebody else streaming a game. Let's look at. We're gonna look at the Yankees. We're gonna have to find a. See what other games are going on. Wow, that Cardinals Pirates game is extra innings. Pirates did get a hit, but that's nothing in the top of the 10th. Let's look up that Cardinals Pirates. We'll see if there's anybody streaming that game. Yeah, there's somebody. Let's see if they have live chat on. Subscriber only mode. Bummer. Bummer. Trying to find streamers. There's so few streamers. Unlike baseball or unlike football. There's somebody. Let's see if he has public chat on. Yeah, we found somebody. We found someone streaming. Very similar setup to us as well. All right. All right. All right, here we go. We got a link. So we're going to go raid another creator. This is a guy who's streaming the Cardinals-Pirates game. It's only got one person watching, so we're going to go share some love. Be kind, be friendly, be encouraging. A way to just kind of bless other people out there who are grinding away. Go ahead, like the stream if you like the vibe. Subscribe if you want to support them in that way. So here we go. We're going to raid here. Go ahead, like. Somebody out there using the same setup that we are, even with the scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Share some love. He's streaming the Cardinals-Pirates game. There's back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Stanek. Swing and a miss. No balls. 2 strikes. The side is tied on a flyout to Tyrone Taylor. So we are going to the. Oh, sorry, that was the top of the 7th. That was a quick inning. I like it. Now we're going bottom 7. All right, so we are at commercial break right now. If you haven't gone over to raid out of the creator, you can just go over, say something nice, give them a like, give them a subscribe if they're your vibe. So the Mets are going to see what they can put together here this inning. It's going to be Pete Alonso, Brandon Nimmo, and Starling Marte. So I guess that's what we're going to have to do. We're just going to, there's a limited number of Mets creators that we can raid. We'll still pop into them from time to time, but we're just going to find other people who are streaming games. So. All right, it's 2-0 Miami. Alonso, Nimmo, Marte due up. So we need something here. Mets have one hit on the day, a Lindor single, couple of walks. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. No balls, one strike. Let's see what we can do here, Pete. It is time to wake up. Pete rips that one down the third baseline. That's going to be a fair ball. Pete's going to hold at first, though. It kind of bounced off the side. So there's a leadoff single. That's the most life I think we've seen from these Mets all day. I'm scared to bring out Rally Pig because he's not doing so well today. All right. So there we go. Brandon Nimmo at the plate. We could use some Nimmo power right now. That's a ball. Or Nimmo patience. Nimmo patience and power. That would be really good. Those two things combined. One ball, no strikes. Max Myers pitched well today, but Nimmo grounds that one foul down the first baseline. It'd be really nice to get into this bullpen here. We need 2 runs to tie the game. That would also get Tyler McGill off the hook for the loss because those 2 runs were charged to him. That's high. 2 balls, 1 strike. This ball is driven deep to left, but just to the warning track. It's going to be retired. It's going to be 1 out. He gave it a ride, but it's 105 miles an hour off the bat. But that's it. And the Marlins are going to do a pitching change right here, right now, for Starling Marte coming to the plate. Alexander Canario is currently at the plate for the Pirates in the bottom of the 10th inning. They've got runners on first and third with 2 outs in a 0-0 game. And Canario, who I wish that the Mets had kept, he's at the plate. Let's see if he can do anything here. And Tommy Pham, former New York Met, just advanced to second base. Canario ends up flying out to deep left field. So not able to come through there. So that game is going to the 11th inning. We'll do a quick little scoreboard update for everything else. The Yankees are up 2-0 on the Tigers. The Rangers are up 1-0 on the Cubs. So that game's in the bottom of the third. Yankees Tigers is top 8 right now, and Cardinals and Pirates are tied 0-0. They're going top 11. top 11 in that game. Even with a man for man, neither team was able to score. All right, with that being said, this game is coming back from commercial break. The Marlins are bringing in a relief pitcher for Max Meyer. Max Meyer was splendid today, guys. You could say it was a little bit of the ineptness of the Mets offense, but I would say, on the other hand, it had a lot to do with how well Max Meyer pitched right from the start. So Anthony Bender is coming in. Now, the Mets have done well against the Marlins bullpen overall. However, Anthony Bender, the current pitcher, has not given up any runs yet this season. This is Marte at the plate. Takes a strike. No balls, one strike. Swing and a miss by Marte there as well. All right, here is the pitch to Marte. That's outside. One ball, two strikes. Pete Alonso is on first. There's one out. Vientos on deck, Beatty in the hole, unless let's do some sort of sub here. Marte grounds that one to first. They're going to toss it over to the pitcher. That's going to be two outs. Pete Alonso is going to move to second on that. So technically he does move the runner up, but there is now two outs. So you need a hit. You need a hit to score a run. So Swaggy Marky V, he's looking for a slump buster. He did get one hit yesterday. First pitch is a ball. One ball, no strikes to Mark Vientos. Two outs. Bottom of the seventh inning. Also, the Mets are trying to get enough batters up so you can make sure that in the ninth you get Lindor and Soto and Pete up. Because right now, if Vientos, so where are we? The seventh. Yeah, I guess right now you're set. If the Mets go 1-2-3 in the seventh, or get out of the seventh and 1-2-3 in the eighth, Lindor, Soto, Alonso are due up for the ninth. Mark Vientos' count here is one ball and one strike. One ball and two strikes. So Mark Vientos has a runner in scoring position, looking for a clutch hit. That's outside. Two balls, two strikes. Oscar Brazaban is warming up for the Mets after Kranick and Stanek have pitched so far. Popped up. Center fielder's under it, makes the catch. And there's another inning in the books. 2-0 Marlins as we head to the top of the eighth inning. So Mets are looking for more pitching. Their bullpen's been reliable, but man, it's been they're being pushed and tested a lot. So Oscar Brazaban coming up. We are at commercial break as we speak, so you're not missing any of the action. Oscar Brazaban is coming in to pitch for the Mets. Mets are down 2-0. They've got a couple of hits now, but so far struggling to put any sort of offense together. That Cardinals-Pirates game is still 0-0 in the top of the 11th. 8 combined hits. 8 combined hits on the game so far. This game has not been much more. This cold weather has really just been plaguing offense and defense alike. Mets have 2 hits. Marlins have 7 hits in the game. There you go. Brazaban's pitching. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Conine. Got him swinging. So there's 1 out here. Strike. This is Fortes now batting for the Marlins here. No balls, 1 strike. Ball outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mets are trying to hold the Marlins here, keep this a 2-run game. That one is hit out to left field. Memo fields it, throws it in. That's going to be another hit for Fortes, second hit of the day. It's going to be a runner on first with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Brazaban's going to be looking for the double play ball here. It bounced high over Lindor. Lindor jumped well, just couldn't quite get there. The Marlins have not had a ton of hard hits today, but they have had a lot of hits and hits at the right time. This next pitch is flied out to left field to Memo. He catches it, throws it in. There's going to be 2 outs here. So despite the hit, there's 2 outs, a runner on first, and Brazaban's only pitched 8 pitches so far in the game today. All right. 2 outs now, so Brazaban's just looking for any out anywhere. First pitch strike. No balls, 1 strike here. Top of the 8th, 2-0 Marlins. This is Sanoha hitting for the Marlins. That's a ball low. See if Brazaban can figure out how to get out of the inning. That's a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying. I'm not sure who we give it to, but this inning has been very impressive. How did Stanek do last inning? We got to give our rock solid reliever performance. think we're going to give it to, first of all, a little dribbler that just went fair. And Sanger picks it up and tags him. That's a bummer. But nonetheless, the out counts. We're going to give the rock solid relief performance to Ryan Stanek today. 2 strikeouts, 1 inning pitch, no runs. Nice solid. Brazaban was also in there, but he gave up the hit. So we'll give rock solid relief performance to Ryan Stanek. I'm sure he'll be excited about that. I'm sure he'll never even hear about it. So we're at commercial break, headed to the bottom of the 8th right now. The bottom of the Mets order is due up. We'll see if they do any. So let's see. Do we have the bench? So there's Acuna, Siri, Torrens, and Winker on the bench. So the Mets do have some options. But currently due up is Beatty, Tyrone Taylor, and Hayden Sanger. So that's who's due up. We'll see who actually comes up. Yeah, it is going to be Brett Beatty coming to the plate. So no sub here yet. Though if Torrens is available, you might see a pinch hitter for Torrens. You could also see a pinch hitter for Tyrone Taylor if they thought the matchup would be better. You know, depending on who the Marlins are going to be pitching this inning and everything. All right. I'm going to leave on my baddie for Beatty hat for now. Hope that he can have a nice patient at bat. That first pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. So swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike to Beatty. That's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brett Beatty. Beatty fouls that one off. That's a good looking swing as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a 2-2 pitch to Beatty. Grounds that to third. Comes up and fires. Beatty's going to be retired at first. It's going to be 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tyrone Taylor is going to bat here. First pitch is a strike to Taylor. No balls, 1 strike. Be interesting to see if they pinch hit for Hayden Sanger next. If Torrens is able to play, I don't know. That remains to be seen, I guess. That ball is popped up. And the second baseman catches it in short center field. That's going to be 2 outs. And it's going to be Hayden Sanger as well coming up here. So the Mets not doing any pinch hitters here. I guess that the whole idea, the thought process is you've got Lindor, Soto, and Alonso set to come up for the bottom of the ninth. So, and maybe it's almost like we don't want, if we're not going to get a hit early on in this inning, maybe we just want to make 3 quick outs. I wonder if that's kind of the strategy, just like leave everyone be. This is popped out to right field, and that was a quick, easy inning. We're going to the top of the 9th inning. Now, the Mets don't play tomorrow, so do you bring in Edwin Diaz here, I wonder? Do you bring in Edwin Diaz here? Because it's been a couple days since he's pitched. Yes, he is coming in. Edwin Diaz is coming in the game. So we are gonna do trumpets. All right, so we're going to see Edwin Diaz. Not a safe situation, of course, but wow, that Cardinals-Pirates game is going to the top of the 12th, and the score is still nothing to nothing. Braves made a trade. They traded for Rafael Montero from the Astros for a player to be named later. So Wyatt Langford is going on the injured list. Justin Steele is headed to the injured list with elbow tendonitis. So Edwin Diaz is coming in to pitch here because the Mets have an off day tomorrow. It's been a couple days since he's pitched. There's not going to be a save situation, even should the Mets tie this up. So this is Edwin Diaz's chance to get some work in. So there's 2 parts. You've got Lindor, Soto, Alonso due up in the bottom of the 9th. Mets are down by 2. Hey, Plain Sharks, how's it going? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Vitalik as well. Hey, appreciate you guys. And if you haven't done what Vitalik has done, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. So it's top of the 9th inning. Mets are down by 2. So we're trying to figure out, Edwin Diaz has to figure out how to get 3 outs first without giving up any runs. And then the top of the Mets order is due up in the bottom of the 9th, looking for some sort of crazy comeback of some kind. 2 balls and no strikes. Or I thought it was 2-0. Maybe it's just 1-0. I guess it's 1-0. Oh, no fun. No fun. I've got a leaky radiator with the Pontiac Vibe right now, but it's a slow leak. So I just have to carry water with me and refill it. I had to refill that today. Like, I don't want to spend $300 on a radiator. 400 or 500, whatever it would be. So we're going to just, we're going to make it work. There's a strike, 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is also the top of the Marlins lineup as well, by the way. So it is 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he fouls that one back. Mets have an off day tomorrow, so we won't have a game. In fact, most teams are off tomorrow. It's also a spring concert for my kids tomorrow night. And then on Friday, the Mets play at 10 o'clock because they're going West Coast. So we're going to have some late night baseball, and we'll be able to cover – I should be able to cover all those late night games. Let's see. What is it? I guess the only one that's late is the Friday is the 10 o'clock, but we'll cover that one because that'll be after baseball is over. Saturday's game is 4:05. I will not be able to cover that. I have another commitment. And Sunday I might have to work, so we might do a stream from the road. Might be a delivery stream. All right. So there's a walk and then a wild pitch. There's a runner on second. 1 ball, no strikes. So 290, these are all in. There's a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike here to Stowers. So we're hoping the Mets are going to make a comeback here. But even if they don't, they still have won this series. They currently have the longest winning streak in baseball. Fly ball to left field. Nimmo is under it. And Edwards tags up and moves to third. So there's going to be a runner on third with 1 out here. The top of the 9th. Yep. Down 2-0, top of the 9th. So they only have 2 hits on the day, I believe. It has been a hey, the Cardinals finally scored a run. First pitch is a swinging strike. Yankees are up 2-0 on the Tigers. Mets are losing 2-0 to the Marlins. Rangers and Cubs are 1-1. And there's a couple games getting ready to start. Padres and Athletics, and Orioles and Diamondbacks. And in the top of the 12th, the Cardinals scored the first run of that entire game. It is 1-0 Cardinals, top of the 12th. So that's your current active scoreboard. 2 balls and 1 strike is that's foul back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Line drive into right field. That's going to score a run. It's going to make it 3-0 Marlins here. So Edwin Diaz is not able to work around that leadoff walk. So it's 3. So the Mets are going to have more work to do than just what they thought. Still sets up for a Pete Alonso home run to tie the game. Walk, wild pitch. Moved up on the ground out and scored on the single. So a nice manufactured run for the Marlins there. There's 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. It's 3-0 Marlins. It's Lindor, Soto, Alonso due up. Hey, no problem. Try to keep everybody in the nose. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, Edwin Diaz does not look sharp today. That is high. 3 balls and no strikes with a runner on first. Just looking for a strikeout or a double play here. Let's do something, Edwin. This kind of looks like the Edwin Diaz we saw in spring training a little bit. That's a strike. 3-ball, 1 strike, barely a strike too, just on the low inside corner there. Mets haven't swept the Marlins since 2022. That's fouled, so it's a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 Marlins. Yeah, Adam, absolutely. The bats have been just super quiet today. Edwin Diaz does not look sharp. Fly ball. Oh, no. 2-run homer. My goodness. Matt Mervis with his 3rd home run of the season. Well, that just made things significantly more difficult. Yeah, Edwin Diaz did not. He just does not look like he's had it in this game. You could just tell right from the start he was off. You remember how he was pitching in spring training when people were concerned? That's how he's pitching today. That's rough. Well, Mets are gonna let's see what they can put together here. But now they can just go right at Lindor, Soto, and Alonso because you can't hit a 5-run home run. Grounder to short. Lindor throws it over to first. There's 2 outs. Yeah, well, it's the cold weather, Adam, is a big part of it. Also, I don't know if you heard, I believe over the last 2 days, not including today, because there's been errors today, because I know Brett Beatty had there were 38 errors over the previous 2 days' games. Monday and Tuesday, there were 38 errors in Major League Baseball. 20% of all errors on the season were committed in the last 2 days. This cold weather is just brutal. Just absolutely brutal. And I understand you want to do home openers and stuff, but man, you got to. The whole start of this year for scheduling, going all the way back to spring training, whoever put this schedule together was an absolute lunatic. So, first of all, in spring training, the same teams basically just played each other over and over and over again. So, you didn't really get to see guys face different guys. So we played the Astros, the Marlins, the Nationals, and the Cardinals. That was probably like 2/3 of our spring training games. So, and then to start the season, you're starting with interleague play, which has been an absolute mess. I want to see teams. I mean, Mets are playing the Marlins now, but first of all, we're playing the Marlins, which is one of the teams we faced all spring. We started the season with the Astros, which is another team we faced all spring. Like, I'm so sick of seeing these teams. Like, I don't understand why they decided to run interleague to start the season. Interleague should be like in June, July. It's something novel. Now it's just like, at this point, you might as well just get rid of the leagues altogether because it's doesn't even make sense. So I wish we would go back to that unbalanced schedule where you would face the teams in your division a whole lot more. And now the thing is, now the Mets don't go back to Miami until like the last week of the season. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Conine. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Edwin Diaz is pitching, trying to get out of this inning. This is Diaz's 30th pitch. Mets are off tomorrow, so that's not the big deal, but Diaz has just not looked sharp today. And he walks him. Diaz is coming out of the game. Diaz simply didn't have it today. So trumpets didn't work. Trumpets down. Trumpets down. I don't know. Hang up the trumpets for sure. Well, you know, some days if you're going to lose, I'm always a fan. If you're going to lose big, because it doesn't matter if you lose by 1 or if you lose by 5. You might as well lose big. That's always my take on this. So, but yeah, let's see. So we've been following this other game here, this Cardinals Pirates game. Cardinals scored 1. Did they score any more in the top of the 12th? It was 0-0 through 11. Yeah, and now it's 1-0, bottom of the 12th. Pirates have a runner on third with one out in the bottom of the 12th. So, yeah, it is a lot of low-scoring games, and this weather is just let everybody do their home openers and then get these games in domes and get these games to the south. There just should be no reason to be playing baseball in 40-degree weather. So the Braves have, well, obviously they got swindled by Yerkes and Profar. You know, it seems pretty apparent that Profar juiced up last season to get his stats up, got the bag, got the big contract. Honestly, I feel like if you use steroids in this day and age and you get busted, the team should be able to void the entire contract. That should just be a given at this point. They've also had some injury issues and stuff like that, but I'm not counting the Braves out by any means. I think they're going to be in the playoff hunt. So I just feel like you could blink your eyes in 2 weeks, the Braves will be at something at like 11-10 in a couple of weeks. They don't feel as broken as maybe the Mets felt broken last year. Danny Young is coming in for the Mets. Yeah, Mets have been hot. Phillies have been hot. The whole NL West has been on fire too. So the Giants, the Padres, the Dodgers, they're all on fire. Maybe he's injured and he's not saying. Maybe. I just think when you're a closer and you come into a game and it's not a closing situation, kind of are missing that little extra adrenaline. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Danny Young. Danny Young got the rock solid reliever performance yesterday. Reed Garrett got it today. This is our, we already gave it out today. It's my pet rock I made in kindergarten. Goes to our rock solid reliever performance of the day. We're going to have to bring out Rally Pig in the bottom of the 9th, but he's 0 for 3 on the day. Fortes pops this one up. And who would have thunk it? Danny Young does a better relief job than Edwin Diaz today. Yeah, and nobody in the NL Central is like pulling away. So it's 5-0. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Mets are going to need some miracle magic. Hey, the Pirates tied it up in the bottom of the 12th. It is now 1-1. 1-1 in the bottom of the 12th inning there. So welcome, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're going to see if the Mets can pull off some sort of crazy comeback here. This is MetropoliFins, and my name is Craig. We are YouTube's smallest New York Mets and Miami Dolphins channel. So appreciate everybody hanging out with us. If you haven't yet done so, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. If the Mets won this game today, or if they win this game, they would at least temporarily have the best record in baseball, which is absolutely crazy. Crazy to think. So, even if they lose here, obviously, you never want to lose a game, but you're going to lose games. The Dodgers are trying not to get swept by the Nationals. So, baseball is a crazy sport. It's one of those sports where legitimately, like, yes, the better team is going to win overall, but like, assuming you're not having a huge skill deficiency, but like the best college baseball team could beat the best, Major League Baseball team on any given day. More often than not, the better Major League team would win, of course, but on any given day, a college team can beat a pro team. It's kind of like in golf, right? The best amateur on any given day could probably outplay the best professional on a given day, on a given course. All right, well, we're bringing out Rally Pig because I got nothing better to do. Rally Pig is 0 for 3 on the day. So we are leading off. It's going to be Lindor, Soto, Alonso. Those are going to be the top three to start everything off. So the Mets need base runners. So if I were telling my Little League team right now, one of my phrases I use for them is we need hitters, not heroes. You're not looking for heroes when you're down by 5 in the ninth inning. You're looking for hitters. You're looking for guys who are looking to go up to hit, but also patient enough to get on base any way possible. First pitch is a strike to Lindor. No balls, one strike. One ball, one strike to Lindor. He does have a hit on the day, one of the few Mets hits that the Mets have actually gotten today. Cardinals Pirates are going to the top of the 13th in a 1-1 game. That game started like an hour before ours, and it might finish after ours. Yankees are now up 4-0 on the Tigers. They have expanded their lead. Rangers are up 5-1 on the Cubs. Padres and Athletics are just underway, going to the bottom of the first, 0-0. And Baltimore and Arizona is just about to start, also 0-0, going to the top of the first. Full count to Lindor, so Lindor showing some patience. I like that. I do like the patience. Oh, nice sliding play. That was a good hit by Lindor, but a sliding catch in right field, and Lindor is going to be retired. By the way, if you want to support this channel, the easiest way to do that is to just go right through our eBay store. You can go check it out. The link is pinned in the live chat. It's also in the description if you're watching on replay. Go through, search for your favorite baseball, football players. See what you can find, get them ordered. I'll get them shipped out to you right away. This is Juan Soto at the plate with one out in the bottom of the ninth inning. Mets are down 5-0. We're needing major miracle work. Juan Soto is 0 for 3. He's reached base in every single game for the Mets this season. It's a swing and a miss at a high pitch there. That streak is on the line. He has been on base 11 straight games, which is the highest in his career. So we'll see if there is anything that he can do to extend that streak here. Struck him out. And there goes Soto's on base streak, 0 for 4 for the day. And now there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. I don't think there's any reason to really hang around after this game, unless there's an amazing comeback. First pitch is a ball in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Pete Alonso at the plate. Valley Pig, you're going to get turned around here. I don't. Oh, wait, no, I'm right. I can't even stand to look at you, Rally Pig. All right, Pete Alonso probably just looking to hit a home run here, honestly. He does fly this one deep center field, and a diving catch. Dane Myers. That ends the game with a catch running, face planting into the wall. That seems like a great, perfect way to end this game. Yeah, we'll get him next game. So we need these bats to come alive. Let's get out to Oakland, get to some warmer weather, and let's see what everything can do. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Unfortunately, this did not go the Mets' way, but the Mets just weren't in this game from the start. So it was a great catch by the Marlins player. he like totally face planted into the wall, but I'm sure he would tell you it was worth it. All right. Well, that being said, appreciate all of you. We're going to go for now. We'll have some new content coming out soon. I will plan on seeing you guys Friday at 10 p.m. for a late night West Coast game. Mets at Athletics Friday night. So we will see you then. Have a great day. Let's go Mets, baby.